What's up everybody, it's Paul from Boosted Films, and in this video we're going to go over installing the ACT modular twin disc clutch on my 2003 Mitsubishi EVO 8. Now this installation procedure should be similar for all EVO 8, 9s, and 10s. I've already done an unboxing video on this, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the video description down below. And also ACT did sponsor me this clutch. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get your new ACT clutch is double check and make sure all the components are included. Make sure all the parts are there and everything that you need is there to install it. The main things you're going to get, of course, are your clutch and flywheel assembly. You're also going to get a new throwout bearing and a clutch alignment tool. Your clutch should also come with some installation instructions, and if for any reason you don't see those installation instructions in your box, you should be able to find them online as well. I'd recommend going to the Advanced Clutch website. So now we're at the shop ready to get this clutch installed. And one of the first things you're going to have to do is basically unbolt the clutch from the flywheel. So once the bolts have been loosened from the flywheel, we're going to basically reassemble this upside down. And we're going to wash the flywheel, floater, and pressure plate face with acetone or brake clean along the way. This is also a good time just to inspect all the components, make sure everything looks like it should, get yourself familiar with how this clutch is laid out. So the first thing we transfer over is this pivot ring, and then the diaphragm spring with the monolock collar facing downward. Be sure to align the holes in the diaphragm spring with the anti-rotation pins. Next, slide the clutch face with the pivot spring towards the diaphragm spring and the flat side facing up. Install the first friction plate with trans side facing downward towards the diaphragm spring. Hopefully this makes sense to you. You want the trans side of the plate to face the transmission, not the engine. Next, you're going to want to put in that mono drive hub, again with the trans side facing down. Same principle here, anything that says trans side should be facing the transmission, not the engine. And finally, that second disc, you'll put that on and it's going to be trans side facing downward as well. So now we're going to move to the engine. Of course, luckily, if you're following my project here, we had the engine out of the car. That makes it quite a bit easier to do the clutch. But you should be able to do this in the car as well. You just, of course, would have to drop your transmission. I have a whole separate video on that if you need to see a video on how to drop your EVO transmission. So before you install the ACT flywheel, of course, you just want to check the crank mounting surface, make sure it's clean, free of debris, stuff like that. And then you should be able to utilize your OEM flywheel bolts and torque those down. Now, I do recommend using one small drop of red Loctite on every bolt. And also, if you like, you can torque these in 3 stages. You could torque them to 30 foot-pounds, then 60, then 99. But of course, 99 being the important one, you do want these finally torqued to 99 foot-pounds when all is said and done. And of course, whenever you're torquing something like this, you want to utilize a star pattern. Make sure things are going on straight when you're tightening them. So don't just fully tighten one bolt before you move on to the next. Get them all snug a little bit before you start torquing them. And again, that's where you could utilize that 3 stages of torquing, where you could torque them to 30, then 60, then 99 foot-pounds. You will either have to have someone there to help you to keep the engine from turning over, or you may have to get a special tool of your own, something to hold that flywheel in place to keep it from spinning over while you torque these to 99 foot-pounds, because of course 99 foot-pounds is a decent amount, so the engine's going to want to turn over if you don't have something to hold it in place. And once you've torqued those 7 flywheel bolts, you should be able to remove whatever you had holding your flywheel in place. So now we're going to move on to the actual clutch install, installing the clutch to the flywheel. ACT recommends that you use a small amount of thread locking compound on those clutch bolts as well. So be sure to hold your clutch firmly together when you're bolting it up to the flywheel. And of course, you'll need that clutch alignment tool as well. If you don't have a clutch alignment tool in there, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get your transmission on. So make sure you have your clutch alignment held in place while you, again, utilize that star pattern. Try to tighten up every other bolt for a while and tighten this on evenly. You may have to slightly compress that assembly, to get the bolts started, but you should be able to get them started with your hand first. So once you have, that clutch alignment tool in place, you also want to make sure that the diaphragm and friction plates do not shift from those anti-rotation pins, and then align that clutch disc assembly as best as possible so the tool has the freest movement. Then you can begin to tighten in that star pattern. And finally, you're going to end up torquing these bolts to 25 foot-pounds. And that's about it. You should be able to remove that clutch alignment tool and your clutch should be all set. Now again, an advantage of doing this out of the car, it's a little bit easier for us to slide that transmission on But if you do have some issues trying to get that transmission in and it doesn't seem like it's lining up, it might be a good course of action to try to loosen up that clutch and reuse that alignment tool again and make sure everything's lined up. Don't try to force your transmission onto the engine here. And another thing I've mentioned in videos in the past too, but once you kind of get that transmission mounted up and when you can kind of pop in that throwout bearing, I would do that kind of as soon as possible just to make sure it pops in correctly, and then that throwout bearing is, working like it should and pops into that monolock collar. That way, if for any reason you had any issue, you should have less work to take it back apart to double check things. And that's about it, guys. That's how we installed this modular twin disc clutch from ACT. I will say I've driven this clutch a little bit and the clutch pedal feels super light, so if you're looking for a super light feeling pedal for a twin disc clutch, this is definitely the way you want to go, or at least something you probably want to check out. And one final item, there is kind of a break-in procedure with this clutch. They recommend about 200 to 300 miles of conservative street driving, and that you should avoid any hard launches within those first 200 to 300 miles. So that is the general break-in recommendation. They do have different recommendation for racing ones if you did have the puck style disc. And if this was going in a full race car, they also have different directions on a break-in for that. But I'm guessing most of my viewers are putting these in streetable EVOs, so that's what I'm covering today, is the street break-in procedure. But again, like all my videos, I am open to the conversation and the discussion. So if you have any tips or tricks for when you installed your EVO clutch, go ahead and leave a comment section down below. If I did anything wrong, of course, please let me know as well. And for the most part, if you have any questions, I would definitely defer you to your installation instructions that should have came with your ACT clutch, or feel free to reach out to ACT as well. And finally, stay tuned for a review. I should be doing a review of this clutch once I have this car kind of more drivable, and we'll get a feel for how this clutch kind of behaves in the car and how it handles some launches. So that's about it for this video, guys. As always, this is Paul from Boosted Film saying thanks so much for watching.